Passion Pit are an electropop group from Cambridge, Massachusetts, who were formed in 2007 and are still going. I've read through their history, but it isn't that interesting, so I'm not going to bore you with it. They've created 4 studio albums, and according to Wikipedia, Michael Angelakos, who was their frontman, is the only person left, maybe. Hi, my name's Dan. So this was the first album by Passion Pit, and it was my first encounter with them as a band, and therefore with this album as well. And I found it to be a bit unusual. So it sounds like at times it reminded me of some of the pop stuff that was around at the time, and I guess kind of probably still around. It's definitely pop, let's put it that way, but it's unusual still in some ways, and I'll try and dig into that in a bit. I just want to say that it's post-millennial pop, and I didn't hate it, so there's obviously something interesting going on here. It's not true that I hate all post-millennium pop, just about 95% of it. So this is happy and poppy. There's a focus on melody and singing. The guy singing, Michael, I believe, has got a high voice. It's strangely high. And I saw one thing about it that said it was falsetto, but it doesn't sound like falsetto. It doesn't have that tone. It just sounds like he has a naturally high voice. The songs are about, I'm not really sure. It didn't kind of impact on me strongly in terms of lyrics. There's quite a lot of high twiddly bits, and the thing that I think is the kind of defining factor here is there's dense arrangements and production. There's a lot of stuff going on here. It's kind of full on and overstimulating. Sometimes it had some nice, good grooves. I started to tap feet and nod head and stuff at various points. There's a children's choir on 3 of the tracks, which is interesting, and the way that they've used it is interesting because it's not as full-on obvious that they've got a choir. They're using it as kind of almost like a reverb kind of feel to kind of back up the vocals at times, but sometimes it's more obvious. So it's happy. It's a bit saccharine, maybe at times. There's an odd power to it. It's kind of got a lot of, a lot of something behind it. I kind of maybe describe it as there were times where it felt like 80s pop, which is kind of the twee end of the market, and stuff like Sinita and things like that. But then pushed to a more extreme, so it's pushed to kind of turn up to 11, and with modern production tropes being used quite a lot in there as well. I had 2 listens, as I normally do for these albums. So the first was on a really quite good pair of headphones that I've got now. The second was on a Bluetooth speaker. I definitely got more out of it on headphones when the fidelity of what's going on, being able to hear the kind of separation of stuff is much better. The Bluetooth speakers is okay, but it's mono, and you don't get that feeling of separation from stuff. You get more of an overall feel for things. So I definitely enjoyed it, and I'd say it feels like a grower. I think it's the sort of thing that if you listened over a period of time, several times, that you just get more out of it every time that you listen to it. I think it was well done, and it was well put together. And as always, I'd love to know what you think, so please do talk to me through the comments box. That's it from me for now.